Hi, my name is Courtney Pette, and I'm a childhood cancer survivor.
So baby Courtney is affectionately known as baby Courtney in our family because when she was born, I was about to be 8, my brother was 6, and we had our own real-life baby doll.
An average day in my life at 15 mainly consisted of school and tennis and hanging out with my friends. I was at that orthodontist one afternoon getting my braces, the color bands on my braces changed and tightened, and I was laying in the chair and I passed out. And I woke up very quickly, but my mom was like, something's not right. You shouldn't be passing out when you're laying down at the dentist. So we just went to the local hospital near my orthodontist in West Houston, and they started running some tests. I think they started with a chest x-ray, and they said, we only see one lung. It looks like there's a lot of fluid. Maybe that's why you've been feeling a little short of breath. And I was like, oh, okay. But they said, we're gonna send you over to Texas Children's. They have good surgeons that will help put the tube in to drain all that fluid.
My dad called. And there was just the heaviest silence. I can still feel it to this day, and I knew something was really, really, really wrong. And he couldn't even get out the words. But finally he said, it's cancer.
After running all the tests and getting the biopsy, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. I was nervous after hearing I had cancer, but I still feel like I was more nervous just for knowing that my family was nervous. I was feeling for them, and I didn't want them to be scared and them to be upset because I knew that we'd make it through.
I honestly don't remember her ever crying. I remember her talking to me from the very beginning that she really wanted to be a doctor. And when she was well enough, she kind of morphed that into wanting to be a pediatric oncologist. But she went through 4 months of really intensive chemotherapy and then radiation therapy. And yet when she was strong enough, was still playing tennis.
Hi, I'm Dr. Courtney Pette, and I'm a resident physician at Texas Children's Hospital.
Are you a good dancer? Absolutely not. Okay,
it is amazing to see this come full circle. To see my baby girl go in with cancer.
Right.
To see her come out of the hospital at less than 70 pounds. And now to be back at the hospital as Dr. Courtney Pette, working with Dr. Dreyer. There's a light shining above on Courtney's head.
So here she was, my former patient. Now she's my medical student following me in the clinic where she was treated. That's pretty powerful.
How many more days do you think you're going to be here?
I would hope that knowing that my patients know that I also went through cancer and went through the treatment gives them some hope. But I like to think that they at least can look towards the future and look past the kind of hump that they're going through and just see that light at the end of the tunnel.
It's tough enough in life. So that alone is an inspiration to me. I think for young girls to see that, being a doctor is not this out of the question thing, but surviving cancer and then going back and helping to cure cancer. As a woman, I think it's a story that a lot of young girls and young women need to hear.
They listen, but what matters more is when they meet you.
The way I look up to her now, I think I'm her biggest fan. I am the most proud person, sister, everything about her. And I can promise you probably every single person in our family looks up to her, even though she's the baby.